Morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great morning. It's raining here in Charlotte. Todd, what you doing over there, son? Sound like you're reorganizing your desk pile.
Cutting a box
Okay. Who all did that?
so I can Frankenbox a CB radio that I sold.
Oh, okay, cool. Good morning, Jabus. Good morning, Ping. Good morning, Hank. You're doing good morning, Lag. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Rise and Grind. Hope you all having a great morning. Yeah, he's playing Lutheran Simulator, Jabus. So you sold a CB radio. Is it 40 channel? Is it single sideband?
It's a 4D channel, and I don't know about the single sideband.
It would say SSB on the front of it if it was single sideband.
Okay.
Um, about the time we got out of CB radios, they single sideband was real popular because it took made a single sideband. It made a 40 channel radio into a 120 channel because it did something about you would have upper like channel 14. You'd have upper channel 14 and lower channel 14. So he kind of gave you some privacy, so to speak. Javis, you need AI to ship some of this crap that you sold.
Yeah, me too.
Todd likes this having the right size box saves time. Sometimes you don't
Yeah,
have.
well, I have many sized items.
How many of y'all save your Amazon boxes and use them to ship in?
Me. I do.
Because they have some pretty awesome sizes. Good morning, Vintage. Todd, do you have any police scanners for sale?
No, I don't. Every time I get one, it sells like the next day after I list it. They're pretty popular.
Oh, cool. Lag. See, I am so sorry, Javis. Forgive me. I called Javis lag. Please forgive me. That was an unintentional slip. Good morning, Glenn. You getting ready for breakfast? Breakfast. You getting ready to head to the work office? Lag, you having pancakes, blueberry, raspberry, snozberry, plain old pancakes with lots of butter and lots of Mrs. Butterworth. Saves time and gives better buyer experience.
Why would you insult Jabez like that, Todd?
I am so sorry, Javis. Next time I see you, I'll buy you a drink.
Uh,
I did, Javis. I called you lag. I didn't know there was the box dealer you mentioned here in Fort Mill or down in Fort Mill because Fort Mill is about 3 miles away from me. Um, so how was everybody's sales yesterday?
weird. I sold a duffel bag yesterday.
Okay.
and I went to look for it, and I couldn't find it. So I'm sitting there, whacker, whacker, racker, snack, crapping. So I sent the buyer a message. I don't know what could have happened, and if you would like me to cancel the order because I can't find it. And then I went in, and it was right beside the tote where it was supposed to be on the floor. I was like, well, racking, fracking, crapping. So I sent the buyer another message. Okay, I found it. Never mind.
So they hadn't
So
responded to you with canceling it yet?
I don't think they've seen either one of the messages yet. They haven't
We'll,
responded.
we'll get it out in the mail then.
I did. I already packed it up and it's ready to go. But there was that. And then I got a neutral feedback. And all it said was cheap plastic.
What was it you sold?
I sold a guy a couple of those electric plugs. Tom, I've sold 2,000 of those things. And this is the first time a buyer hasn't been good with it. And why should a buyer rate the item? I didn't make them. They're a standard electric plug in the
Well, they're meant to be used for campers and things like that, aren't they?
uh, mobile homes or campers
Right.
or RVs, whatever, but they're solid hard plastic with the guts being, the metal portions.
Well, you
And
got to send it.
they're great. They're brand new. They're
Yeah.
right out of the bulk box. And I'm like, but why would a buyer put a neutral my on his buying experience for me to rate a price? I mean, even if he didn't like it, why would he put that?
I don't know. If it was me, I would say. If it was me, I would say. I would put a. I wouldn't say, well, I can't help do anything about how it's made. I'd say, I'm sorry that you are not pleased with your purchase. You know, please feel free to open up a return.
Yeah, I didn't manufacture them. And if you wanted to look up the specifications of them, they're right there on the manufacturer's website. You can see everything about them. And they're no different than any other electric plug you go to Home Depot and buy.
Good morning, Jake. Um,
I mean, it doesn't, the neutral doesn't bother me all that much, but it's just basically, in my opinion, the wrong forum to do a product review.
yeah, I agree with you, Jason. Jabus.
At least it wasn't a negative.
I think especially when people look at stuff like that. I mean, I don't, but some people do. You know, um,
So I'm selling them like two at a time to 100 at a time. And I've sold 2,000 of those plugs since getting them in the late spring. And everybody's been okay with them except this one.
vintage. I agree with you on the neutral feedback because some people you can't please, but when they specifically say just cheap plastic, that's
I'm
it.
probably just going to write a reply.
I would do what Jabus said. I'm sorry you are unhappy with your purchase. Please open a return. and that way people can, if people that do look through it and they see that, they will say that you didn't whine about it. You just said, "I'm sorry, you're unhappy. Open a return."
I don't think the buyer wants to return it.
Well, that's up to him.
I think it's already already installed in his van down by the river.
Yeah, down by the river.
That
Yeah,
just makes zero sense to give me a neutral. At least it wasn't a negative. And
right.
oof,
Yeah, Jay, but see, I think that the whole thing about it is you're not arguing about it. You're just saying, "I'm sorry that you didn't like your purchase. Open up a return."
yeah. And then I'll probably mention in the reply, uh, it's unusual that I've sold 2,000 of these, and you're the only buyer that doesn't like the product. Whatever. Post a snarky reply.
No, I don't do anything smarky. Snarky. Just say
I'll just state the facts.
yeah.
Uh,
But please open a return.
1,000 happy buyers of this product and this one neutral. I'm sorry you don't like it. More snark. More snark.
How much was it? How many did they buy?
I think they've just bought a pair. I've been selling them by the pair. Let's see. Anybody can look at my feedback and see it. Let's see. Feedback. No, they bought $77 worth of them. So they must have bought, that includes shipping. So they must have bought like 10 of them or something.
Well, I would just say I'm sorry, but that you were not happy with your purchase. Open up a return if you want to go that far. They're rewiring a mobile home or their houseboat or their
John says,
camper.
sorry you are so hard to please. Thank God you didn't buy the reefs. Speaking of reefs, I have an interesting pair of shoes I got from the Lutherans Thursday.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. How did you not look at those shoes to realize you had two left shoes?
Well, okay, Tom, I'm going through the rummage sale and I see these sitting on the shelf. Hey, those look in pretty good shape. Look, there's nubs on nubs, and they somebody's going to want bright yellow Tiva water shoes, right?
Right.
They look pretty good. But do you notice anything about these?
Well, both straps go in the right, go in the same direction.
Yeah, this is a pair of two left shoes. And one is a size 10 and the other is a size 11. Now, how the hell, what? It's the same shoes, but the Lutherans sold me a pair of two left shoes, one size 10, one size 11. What the heck?
Good morning, Chaz. Yeah, they are kind of fugly, Jake. But you didn't notice that the straps close. Normally, they both close on the ends towards the inside. Because aren't those
No,
Velcro?
they close toward the outside,
Yeah.
but they're both left.
Well,
So
when you go there in the, when you go there this afternoon, take a picture of them, and when you go in there, find the shoe person and say, "By any chance, you got a pair like this? Another pair like this?"
It depends on if they're retaining water. What? It's,
Good morning, Anessa.
Shane says that's something a Catholic would do.
Good morning, Tactical. I don't know whether I
Uh,
said good morning to you or not. Rise and grind. Good morning.
so you're looking for two amputee bars. Yeah, I wonder if 1 foot. I wonder what size 1 foot flipper is.
The other two are probably in a box back there that they hadn't got to. Some Yahoo saw two shoes that looked just alike and they're close enough in size that they didn't look at the sizes. They just slapped them out there.
I should have been paying more attention. So,
Dang, and Todd.
there's other a couple of other resellers that go in there, and I see a good enough pair of shoes, I'm grabbing them quick and getting them
Right.
into the holding area before somebody else grabs them. Yeah, but I remember Beth. You know Beth.
Reselling rowboat.
Yeah, she sold a single shoe
Yeah.
and she got a negative feedback because the buyer thought they were getting a pair. And she showed the listing. It's been like what 6, 7 years ago when she used to come into the live chats with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Craig, I have. I sell them. I haven't got a buyer yet, but so weird stuff is happening. So I got an offer for this hubcap. Another story. I got an offer for this hubcap.
Right.
So I sent him a counter offer, and then I hear a cha-ching. So I go to look at. Oh, I'll probably sell that hubcap to that guy. Nope, it was another buyer that just went ahead and paid full price.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it was within it was within like 10 minutes of me sending the counter offer to the original offer person.
did you did you just list it, or has it been up for a while?
Now I just listed them like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, that is weird.
The offers boosted in the search. Okay, well I can believe it in this case because it's sold within like 10 minutes of me sending a counter offer. So I thought that was weird and cool at the same time. Anyway, I paid $650 for the hubcap and sold it for 30. So I'm a happy camper. Attack. Yeah, I hope I don't get a negative request to return because it's only one hubcap.
Back to the shoes for a second. There is a movie called Best in Show. Uh, it's a comedy, satire type thing. And what's his name, honey? The guy from Schitt's Creek. With who? Yeah, Gene Levy. Who? Yeah, Eugene Levy. Sorry, he uh, he has two right feet or two left feet, and they make a big to do about it at the very end of the movie. Against terms, I had a buyer. Wait a minute. Let's see. Y'all slow down chatting for a minute. I had a buyer Chaz says I had a buyer. Asked why a listing was up because one had sold with the exact photos. I told him no one had bought it from me and it was my pictures. If someone used my photos and sold one that like it. Okay. Ah, humor. Lag. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you've seen it, Chaz? And my brother, my younger brother and his wife, um, they used Angie used to rink show their Britneys, and Terry and both of them did field trials with the same Britneys. Anyway, I told Terry about the movie and he watched it and he next time I saw him he said, "Oh, about that movie." He says, "You know, there's weird people in that movie." And I said, "Yes." He said, "That's the way dog people are." Don't talk to my dog. Don't touch my dog. Um, but we like all Roberta and I like that whole series of movies that they did. Why do you have the EU blocked, Jabus? Yeah, yeah, and this, a lot of the same actors are in like three or four other movies. A Mighty Wind that they did. It was like the guy that wrote the scripts. They all must be friends. And the guy that does wrote the scripts is what's the actress's name that was in I can't remember the name of the movie. It's the movie with Eddie Murphy where he gets switched back and forth, gets moves from being a poor person to a rich person. That she was in the spy movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you, honey. My wife knows everything. I don't need a damn encyclopedia. I just ask her. I don't need the Google. I can just Google Roberta. Hey, Roberta. Trading Places. Thank you, Chaz. Anyway, the cast of Best in Show, they're a hoot. Yeah, and this says I'm a smart man for just asking you because you'll have to tell me right. So anyhow, so
Well, and
we
this
had
insinuated that like women are always right and men aren't.
well that's pretty much the case. Um,
And Gwen had just agreed. What, Gwen?
what she
Gwen
said.
said, and my point is?
Well, that's the wives. You can't live with them and you can't live without them.
That's right.
Um, okay, on to another subject. It's Todd's favorite subject: AI listers. Boo 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 boo. According to Harlan, who is at eBay Live 25. Apparently, eBay is coming out with their own AI lister. It's supposed to be out at the first of fourth quarter, and he says it's. I saw their next version of AI listing, and it's badass. Comes out in first or fourth quarter.
Hmm. How much is it going to cost?
I don't know. He didn't say anything about that.
Because you know eBay won't do anything for free.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It's kind of early if they're still out in Vegas. But I'll tell you what I'll do. But um, one advantage of them having their own AI Encyclopedia for sale, no longer needed. Wife knows everything. That's right. Um, One of the things that eBay will be able to do, the others won't be able to do, unless the others are paying for it, is good morning, Sue. Glad to see you in here this morning. Is they might be able to do like giving a average price for an item, since they have all that information.
Hmm. Should I accept this counter offer? A set of Ford Dodge 15-inch wheels,
Are you going to ship them? Are those for local? Are those hubcaps?
hubcaps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were like rims.
You want to see them?
Yeah, if you want to show them too, I see them on the screen right now. But if you want to go ahead and,
How do you see them?
I'm looking at your screen. I see your hand. I see your blue mug. I see your spit
Oh,
can.
yeah. Uh, huh. I'm asking 150 and the buyer's offering 115.
Do you what you got in them?
I don't remember. I
I
haven't had
mean,
these very long.
okay.
I got the other hubcaps from I think I got these from the auction. I don't remember what I gave for them.
Oh, I just
This is,
about spit coffee all over myself, all over my monitor. Lag. This is how old guys do screen share. Oh Lord.
yeah, they
Like,
want. Let's see, they want to pay me 115. I got 22.85 shipping on them. Where are they from? Middleburg Heights, Ohio. Why are the hubcaps all of a sudden selling?
I don't know. Maybe people are driving older vehicles because they can't afford new ones.
I
Um,
countered. He offered 100, and then I countered with 135, and he came back at 105. He only came up $5. Uh,
Lag. I was going to say, are you really Carrot Top? You're so funny. And that made me think about the show I just finished watching called Hacks on Netflix, which is about a comedian in Las Vegas. And at one point they show Carrot Top. He looks rough, buddy. He looks like he's had a lot of work done that has gone bad. Anyway, I used to watch him when he was on TV and whatnot. Tactical Z says do 130 and they will buy it. Split the difference. Lag says take it. Is it National Hubcap Day, Sue? Excuse me. So anyway, back to the eBay and the AI lister. I've been saying all along that they're going to get into the game because they sort of already have have it. And
I
so
counted 125.
that's right. Shave another 5. Oh,
Give
there
him
he
another
is.
10 off.
Okay, hang on to your butts, people.
They probably declined my 125.
Good morning, Scott. Do
Can't
you
hear
have
you, Scott.
you got your mic on?
I know he already called us assholes,
Yeah.
even though I can't hear him.
Try it again, Scott.
No dice. He gone.
Yeah.
Hellfire, Sadie. Sadie and I played the same tournament yesterday evening, and I
Yeah.
was sitting there with a full house, nines full of sevens, and another's. The last 7 came on the river, and wouldn't you know, the other guy had 4 sevens.
Dang.
I'm like, holy crap.
We got a full house here now. At least 4 people.
All right. So what I was saying was, I will echo what the comment section is saying. Do you trust eBay to do it right to begin with? They're going to roll it out and screw shit up, and they're doing it again in the fourth quarter. Why do they always monkey around in the fourth quarter?
That's stupid. And it's not just going to make the. It's got to be a jacked up lister, and on top of that, it's probably going to screw up 5 other things when they roll it out.
So you're in there messaging the group like Harlan's awake at freaking
Yeah.
whatever time it is, 6:30 in the morning.
In Vegas.
He hadn't gone to bed yet.
And then yeah, so I'll get Josh's opinion. Let them wake up 9 or 10 this morning. I'll give them a call and say, hey, what's your take on them announcing they're gonna have their own AI list? Harlan's only comment was it's badass, which I don't. You could tell us what it does. You could tell us anything. You know,
And it's Harlan.
I could show you something. Okay, so let's temper this. This time was it this time last year? And all the theatrics from Cupertino.
Who was that?
Apple showed all this Apple intelligence that was going to be rolled in to the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Not a fucking bit of it is here yet.
Right.
You can make anything look good for camera. None of it is here. They've had to almost scrap Siri and start over. Now they're saying the same thing this year they said last year. Well, by the first quarter, spring of next year, we should be catching up. Horseshit. I don't. You lied to me once, shame on you. Lied to me twice, shame on me. eBay's track record is terrible. It's
Yeah,
100% terrible.
It is. But hopefully they see how much money this is could redirect into their coffers instead of
They're not. eBay doesn't typically charge for extra added features. They
right.
Yeah, it'll be free. It'll be free as part of doing eBay and their service. I don't understand why if they want to be Amazon so bad. Watch what Amazon does. If Amazon wants a new AI lister, they'll go buy the competition,
That's right. That's right.
and then they will make that part of their thing, and they will have a head start and catch right up. They'll let somebody else work the kink out of it, and they'll pay for that. They'll go, oh, but beer, they pay too much. No, they paid market value because what would it have cost them to do the research and to get to that point to begin with? So they're
Absolutely.
Time. It's time that they don't have.
correct.
But they've also already got sorta an AI listing app.
If eBay bought Tech and Sports AI, I'm out. I don't even want to try it. I don't care.
Bought who?
John Jones says eBay bought Tech and Sports AI. If they bought Better Lister, I don't think they did. Yeah, run away from that because it's full of errors. How is eBay going to overcome all their own API issues to all of a sudden roll this out?
Well, if I was on the board,
unless eBay was intentionally stifling one of the AI listers.
I just you're right. They should if Josh's program is his app is so good and it's ready to roll out.
No, it's out. It's just the hard thing. The hard thing is the categories. Every category you have to deal with individually because each category has its own item specific.
Right.
eBay still has to do the same thing. If they're going to make one that's truly that okay, so here's the problem with eBay. So what if eBay goes, you know what, we can make our own AI lister. We've got our own database. We can use our own data. I don't want AI that's only looking at eBay's listings because we know how bad eBay listings are. And
Well, they are getting they're I'm gonna say requiring all of these item specific. So maybe they're building a database behind the scenes, but like Amazon has.
yeah, that's the strength of Amazon. Most people discount.
Yeah.
They have so much data, man. They
And
Amazon has always historically been a data centric company, meaning that they have planned for collecting data. They're not just trying to scrape their databases for whatever they can find. They've always stored the data correctly.
Lag.
But yes, but eBay has a whole team on it. They've had a whole team on everything, and look how bad it turns out.
well, see, they need to have some. They need to have some full time resellers.
You want to give up your full time to go do that?
Here's
No,
where
they need to have some retail. They full time resellers that are doing big volume, and they need to be on a special council that only answers to the board. So that when they come up with all these ideas, the boards will say, "Hey, we're flying you out to California, and we're going. What do you say? What's your take? You're the end user."
They're not beholden to the users, they're beholden to the shareholders.
lag. Shut up.
What did you say, Jake?
eBay is not beholden to the users, they're beholden to the shareholders.
Yeah, but what the thing about it is the users are the ones that dictate the income for the shareholders.
Convince them of that.
Yeah, but you can't have somebody who the corporate America, Tom, will never. I mean, that's a pipe dream to think that they're going to allow people to report directly to the board. Yeah, right.
Oh, that happens a lot.
You know that information has got to be filtered so that they get the.
That happens a lot.
You want the board to go to the way you want them to go. So how do you do that? You control the data they get.
Yep.
They never let them. You can't let. They can't handle the truth. But eBay has showed us how bad they roll everything out. And so if they're saying it's going to roll out the fourth quarter, that means that they're going to allow. Okay, so let's look at the rollout of eBay Live. I applied 3 months ago, and they said we'll get back with you within 5 days.
Right.
If they have contacted me, Tom, I will get on a plane tonight and fly to Charlotte and kiss your ass on YouTube. They haven't. They haven't said go F yourself. They haven't said anything. They just said 5 days worth of crickets 3 months ago. At least 3 months ago, whatever it was. It might have
At
been
least 3, yeah. I think you and I applied around the same time.
Have they contacted you?
Nope. Not even a confirmation message.
I hadn't got a confirmation. I just got the screen coming up says we'll be in contact with it.
That's it. I
Well,
think that's
Jake,
it.
get off all that money you got and buy you a big old chunk of controlling interest in eBay. You only had to buy 25% to have a major say.
Well, you can always go pay Rockstar 50 cents a listing because he saw how good that worked out for tech. So let's charge them the same price. Let's gouge people while we got them.
Now, is Tech the one that just crashed and burned big time?
Yeah.
Rockstar's got a lister too.
Supposedly there was a video about it. I haven't seen it. I don't watch
man.
I don't watch reselling videos.
one of the things is though, eBay has got pockets deep enough that if they would get off their ass, they can hire a team and put together a program.
Well, it's not
Uh,
that they can't, but the question becomes: is it cost effective? I think it'd be a lot more cost effective for them to buy a program that's 90% done or better.
your
And
Mr. Sadie, the lister you're using, your buddy crash and burn.
Um,
When you have to have your mods and all your people running interference and deleting negative comments and won't go live and won't do this and won't do that anymore, and you've lost a ton of your teaching subscribers, yeah, that's crash and burn.
are there like 14 AI listers out there, lag? Really?
There
Don't
are
be.
quite, I could name 5 or 6. There's quite
You know, it's
so
always hope. It's always nice to hope, but
this is not a bad thing though. Like John Jones says, it'll shake out in a few months. Whoever's left standing we'll get better products because there's competition. 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, there
Um,
are. I can name.
I mean, like Jake just said, it'd be more, you know, it would be better for like eBay to buy Josh's program because it's just about done and
in
it's
other words, it's
apparently
already
working.
yeah, it's already functional. Doesn't mean it's finished. It just means it's functional.
Yeah.
But they could be taking a different approach, and not going, having AI deal with each category as it goes versus bulk listing. I mean, there's different ways. There's a different. Just because list easier does it one way doesn't mean that's the only way. And so there could
Right.
be. That's why I'm interested to see what happens. I think we'll be better. This, I think it'll take till second quarter next year, but we'll be way better off listing with whoever ends up being the best.
And Harlan seemed like he was pretty hipped on it. And unless he had his 15th
We talking about
Budweiser,
we're talking about
Bud
the
Light.
same person who's in denial that he should go visit Elvis. That guy.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Um, it always looks better. Like when they're doing these, like you was talking about Apple. All the demos, all the presentations always look better because they have people over there that can tweak the screens and make the graphics look better on it and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't integrate into their site architecture. Oh, it wouldn't. What wouldn't lag? I mean, Craig. Excuse me, Craig. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you lag.
Same thing.
Uh,
Anissa, take each video you see with a grain of salt because you've got to try them for yourself to see if they work for you. Because the complaints that I hear from about these things are that was me Wednesday talking to the most dangerous person in your business is you. If you go to use a listing program that is going to use AI software and complain that it's not making titles like you make them, there's a reason it's not making titles like you make them because AI thinks that that's the correct way to do it, and it thinks you're wrong. But we are so. But I've been taught to do this, and folks. It's people. They want the easiness of listing it, but they want it their way and to like they've always done it. I'm like, if you don't adapt, and there's a reason why I've been selling a bunch of media that I have put no promotions on. All I've done is run it through AI and let AI build the titles and AI build the listings and not touch it. And imagine that it sells because it's found in search.
You mean to tell me we have to adapt? We can't just go by what the bearded said a year ago or two or even 6 months ago?
It's changing so fast. It could be, tomorrow something different could come out and change everything.
That's right.
And if you're not keeping up and paying attention, you're gonna be Todd, for God's sakes.
Todd could buy us all, like, and not even blow off the dust off his second wallet. Y'all don't be messing with Todd, because if nothing else, he'll just go back there and flip that switch and turn that oil pump on in his backyard.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right, Tom.
Oil.
See,
I'm
Is it
rolling in it.
oil or oil?
it's Earl.
What?
Earl.
And what is that?
and so the other thing I have,
Earl.
the other problem I have is it doesn't matter who they made the video, whether it's on text or anybody of these listers. It's what is a reasonable sell through rate. So if you make the listings up there and say, well, I can do better, or I want it to do this, or it's doing this wrong, how much time have you given it? Josh's program hadn't been out in 90 days. What is the reasonable sell through rate that you want to give to say this AI listing is crap or it needs to be different, when you haven't even you've just looked at it and deemed that you're smarter and go, well, I can do better than that, when you've not even put it up for sale for a damn week.
Yeah,
It,
I
it
honestly,
doesn't matter. It doesn't, Beth, and I'm not pointing this at you. It's anybody who does these things. You've got to give the self. What's a reasonable time for something to sell? Because you have placed it on eBay, the almighty gods are supposed to just go, hey, look, they listed that. It should have been sold today. Think about your inventory and what you sell and how fast you think of to sell, and then how much of that time have you given and a listing a chance before you've deemed that things need to change? You haven't given it a chance.
and I think a lot of people are going to change. They look at it like you. You've been listening hell out of all this media because you got it, and you've been buying it. Um, because it's, take two pictures and send it on its merry way. But
Correct. And
Todd has got, he's got plugs. He's got, he did. Do you have anything in the same category, Todd, other than the 3,000 toothbrush holders?
But see, it's like Beard said a second ago. The next person who comes up with an AI lister may be able to deal with that ability to do different categories.
Well, I'm sure Josh's organization is already looking at, let's get what we've got together now, get it right.
Right.
But they're also looking at, okay, we need to start thinking about implementing these features or these updates, because I'm hearing all this crap from that dumbass down in North Carolina, the old man in Texas who really doesn't care, that kind of stuff. And it's going to be something that's going to evolve, because they're going to take over the world.
Sure.
What are you shipping this morning, Jay?
5 Starbucks mugs to one buyer.
Wow. Anything really expensive or just?
They were like $50 a piece.
I was in the Harris Teeter a couple of days ago, and they have Starbucks in Harris Teeter, and I was just stopped there and cut around their little display to see if they had any mugs, and the lady who was standing behind the counter looking bored as hell, she said, "Is there anything I can help you find, sir?" I said, "I was just seeing if you had any ceramic mugs." She said, "They come in one day and they're gone the next." She says people just watch them and buy them. I said, "Yeah, I have a buddy up in Virginia that's got like 40,000 of them."
How many?
I said 40,000. Am I too low?
I don't know. They're all the way up through there. They're all the way across there. I don't know. And yeah, somebody bought 5 Delaware mugs from me.
Wow.
All the same one. On Walmart.
On Walmart?
Yeah.
Are you doing pretty good on Walmart?
All right.
Craig had a good question. Is it because there's multiple items up, or is it because the listings are better? Correct. That's why I've got I'm on the media section. I'm not putting anything. I'm treating it as separate. I'm not. I'm not putting any promotions to it. I'm trying to do it just bare listed and see what happens.
Let's see.
I mean, I still list like yesterday. I listed things that I knew were one offs and I would be faster. And to me, it's about speed. I listed a VCR yesterday. It sold yesterday. It sold in like 10 minutes. Um, Certain items for a blue line Panasonic VCR with the remote and tested works. It'll if you're I was top of the price market and it sold within 10 minutes. There are certain items I know how to list, how to sell, but
Um,
can you is it good enough to make you faster, Greg? I mean that's the question. Is Can it replicate what you do and make you faster? Because you got two choices to make more money. You can raise your sales price or raise the number of items. That's you can sell more or sell more expensive items. Those are your two choices. I try to give my honest opinion. I've been wrong once. When I was a child, I was wrong once, but it
and
was pre-beard. It was ugly. It was terrible. But once I assumed the mantra of the beard, I'm always right.
Beth, you talking about like the Fabrica shear? And Anissa doesn't worry about shear. She just puts on whatever she wants to, whether she's
So
got the.
if it's not picking up shear and that's that important, uh, can you not? I mean, you can add that to the description. You can add that in places where it's there, but it needs. So if List Easier won't find it, will the other people? Will the other ones find it as well? I'd be very few people are using multiples. I think Shane is one of the few that use like Riva and List Easier. I I'd be so his opinion is one offs. Riva is easier to list multiple items. List easier that, and he's got a couple other things. Be interesting if you follow him on TikTok, just because he talks about the differences.
And that's REEVA.
Yes,
Yeah.
REEVA.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to run. I got to go drop my package off over there so UPS can come pick it up.
Okay, later. Thanks for stopping by, Jake.
See ya.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Well, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. And like y'all said, see if it comes out the first, fourth quarter when everybody is trying to hit it eBay hard. Is something going to glitch and just mess up the whole works?
Sheer is in the features. But
And that's inside of
see, I wonder if it's an item specific issue that so so Beth, is that a custom item specific that you put in there, or is that an item specific on a check down that should have been there to begin with? Because if it should have been there to begin with, because it's one of the normal choices, that might be an issue. That would definitely be an issue. Not
uh,
it would be an issue. But if it's a custom one that you add on, so that's a and so the shares on the check. So that is one issue. I guess I'll bring it up to them. Is I have a hard time if it's not on a check down list. I have a hard time adding things because it says you can type it in, but then if it doesn't populate for their little thing, it doesn't take it. So I'll mention that to Super Dave today.
Like, I don't know why you even deal with us because you only sell, allegedly, only sell like industrial size equipment.
Like industrial dildos or something. Is that
That's
what he said?
right. That's right. I don't know why you deal with us because you're selling something that's not even what, it's not even in our scope. Allegedly, you sell a lot of big deal stuff.
So, Beth, have you tried Riva?
So what did he say, Beth? You said you talked to Josh about it. They looking into it? I'm sure they are.
You can only put one.
Well, see, that's the thing about they've rolled it out to the general populace now, and they're finding where their weak spots are at, and that's what all of them do. I mean, God knows how many times Microsoft has released stuff, and then it's got so many holes in it that it goes from version 1.0 to version 5.67 in less than 6 months.
I need health and beauty. They need to roll out health and beauty.
Yeah. How often do you get notifications to update your apps?
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever Harlan and Marcia get back, uh, we will. I'll get them. I'll get them both on a live and get them because even though Marcia is a newer reseller, she's only been reselling for a little bit of time. She's tried Riva and Listhesia both, and now she's seen what they told her that eBay will do. So I'd be interested to hear her opinion on because she sells clothing and stuff too. So that she can answer some questions about Riva.
Let's see. Just for shits and giggles. Let's see here. Let's go over to that
Uh,
eBay 20.
John, after they've been out there like 12 hours, I sent him a message and Harlan said no, he had not turned on the light. So
I was just looking to see if anybody had. That's too old, too old, too old. And that's one of the things I wish. Maybe I'm missing something. Is there a way you can, excuse me, sort in YouTube like you want the most recent?
what are you looking for?
I was just looking to see if eBay had. I mean, if anybody that was at the 25 had.
There's a couple people who like the keynote. Did he mention this AI lister in the keynote speech? Is that where everybody's getting the information?
I don't know. He didn't say. Harlan didn't say. He just said he. But there is the opening. There is one by Justin Resale. Um,
Is he the
it's
one that summarized it or something? 12-minute summary or something?
Yeah, 12 minutes, everything announced. He's had 11,000 views on it. Watched it all, so you have to. His the comment. I mean, his description says, "I watched it all, so you don't have to." Here are highlight: automate your eBay reselling business with Flipwise. Don't know what that is. Anyway, have to watch it and see.
So Flipwise, I think he's a supporter of Flipwise or creator or something.
Right.
Uh, from what I understand, I could be that could be my first instance of being wrong in the month of August.
Okay. Anyway, I was just looking to see if there was any announcements or.
Hey, don't worry though. Right before this, I made another. Yeah, so Flipwise is his product. So yeah, see, um, I made another video about a customer interaction through messages. And since I was told in the comments that I was wrong several times, this time I'm soliciting the experts. The people in the comment section to come tell me what they would do.
No, they haven't gotten married out there yet.
Why did you ask him?
No, I, nobody said anything about it. You know that would be a big deal if they did.
What if they didn't tell nobody except for Elvis?
Well, Marcia's missing out because everybody's going to fly to Alabama, drive to Alabama for the big wedding. That means wedding presents. That means stuff that they can sell on eBay.
No, but Beth, the way you're looking at each individual item, you've got to evaluate it. It handles media much better. Um, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's your business, and I think you're smart for checking. How many people just take the listing and never look at it again, and then wonder why they got a return? But I would definitely try them all. Reva might be the answer. You never know.
You might have to use several ones of them, and that's going to get expensive. So you're really going to have to make it worth your while to. If
I,
you
well, Reva is actually $30 a month. It's unlimited listings. It's actually not as expensive. But I don't know how it handles. I don't know how many. If it's a onesie or if it can bulk list. I'm not sure how that works.
right,
I've never used it. For my own peace of mind and research, maybe I should sign up for it. What's $30 if it becomes a new answer to the way I do things? What's $30?
yeah. I mean, if you're selling more because
So
you're
if,
using it,
so if List Easier is good at bulk and I'm using it very effectively, but it's got a weakness, and another one if they have different angles and approaches, and you know, let's say using two is not a bad thing.
yeah, you if you're either getting your money's worth or you need to not use it. Look, just passed both of my.
Yeah, to Dave and Travis. Yeah,
Okay, I
I
mean,
think Beth. I think some of your issues are the way it's programmed because, like I said, I've wanted to add a couple things to like CDs and books and things, and when I go to type in the line where it 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 doesn't take it if it's not on their little check down box, which is weird.
well, see, that's
It should be a little. Because some of these have got to be a little customizable and I think that if it's a little more customizable, it might help in the program because it'll stop some mistakes. If she's able to add shear and some other things that are not there, even though the program is a little deficient in that area, she can override that part, and it might be helpful.
what is
Lag is
that?
that? I think that's the porn. I think.
Yeah, you always look at lag stuff with a grain of salt.
I know, right? I have to go and open it in a behind a.
A firewall.
Oh, it's Justin Resale's video.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Anyway,
find. I'm gonna go find the keynote. I'm gonna play the keynote while
yeah,
I'm while I'm listening this morning. I'll listen to the keynote and see what they say.
it's
That'll be a good Friday night show. Let's talk about the eBay keynote tomorrow night.
okay.
You can trust lag. Lag. The screen is starting to break up. Do you have control of my computer?
Lag. I honestly would trust you as far as I can throw you, and since you're a 43-year-old mother of four, I doubt I could throw you very far.
Lag probably orders big girl panties, and I don't know it.
Yes, right. I was watching. I don't. Were you on the show when I was talking about? I was watching a guy that bought a bunch of these male undeliverable pallets, and he must have opened up 16 different packages with big girl panties in them. I thought, well, those are probably Scott's. But especially with women in their clothes, they're real picky. Unless you're on a cruise. And then you see women wearing stuff that they weren't picky enough. Oh, yes, those are sheer, and you shouldn't be wearing that. But I, all along I've been saying eBay's not going to get left behind on this listing AI listing stuff.
So Javis, the way it is you can't edit those listings. It's one thing you can't edit is pictures. So you can delete a picture and you can move the order, but I don't think it'll let you add a picture unless that's changed because it's on eBay. It's not on because it says it makes some comment when you do it. It's like it says you can't mix pictures and pictures from a third party something. Um, so if you're going to mess with the pictures, you have to delete them and put them all back up. But you can't. You can edit anything.
Yes, baseball.
But
Lag
so
is pushing those short adult
if
films
you're
on us.
if you're reading Beth's comments, she's telling you that she has to go and change things on eBay, and that's what she's not wanting to do. What's the point of having something that's supposedly listing better and faster if you have to go back in and edit every listing? You're not saving any time.
It looks like eBay would have a pretty good catalog now. But
So this is the DVD. This is the topic of the video in question, and I'll put out in about 30 minutes.
right.
So I took better pictures, and in order to change the pictures, I had to delete all, and then I can put all new pictures up.
Now, do you scan those like with a scanner, or do you take pictures of them with your
So
camera?
what scanner do you know of I can push this damn DVD through?
Well, I can lift the lid on mine and put it down
Oh, you're
on
talking about
top
a
of it.
flatbed scanner?
Yeah.
I only have I only have the feed scanners.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking like a postcard scanner.
No, I was talking about like a regular flatbed scanner, so you wouldn't get glare and all that kind of mess off of it. Because seriously,
I gotta
it,
find a I gotta find a document camera that's worth the crap.
um, Lag's got those 4 kids sitting around there. They could just sit there. He could go buy a couple of cheap printer scanners and let them little suckers just stand there and scan them suckers all day long. May have a good catalog, but the data is from eBay. Lots of eBay listings are incorrect. Yeah,
100%. 100%.
absolutely, Beth. Absolutely. How many times have you had to fill out a slot and you didn't know what it was? It doesn't say on the packaging, so you just pick something.
So so beginning in September when a seller uses track service, delivers on time, and no issues are reported automatic. So what time frame do they leave this automatic feedback? So Ping has been looking. She's found none of them that are. All right, Ping. Let's start looking for document cameras. Document camera.
Well, we actually have a pretty decent topic, Jabus. That's the reason I haven't ended it.
8 megapixel, 13 megapixel. Here's one by Epson. It looks rough. Rough. Untested. They don't give you any information about it. Rough. Here's one that says it's 4K. It's 4K, but you're paying $125 a K, $500. What?
Well, take something down to your local Staples or Office Max Depot, whoever they are now, and say, I want to scan something, see how your scanner is.
5 megapixels. That sucks. All right, so maybe I should have put 16 megapixels in the search.
No problem, Beth. You're the one that's using this for a specific type of product, and that's your clothing. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate listing clothing because there is just so many variables in it, and women are so picky.
Yeah, that's why I don't do women's clothing because the return. Just think about how they don't know how big their butt is, and so women don't come for me. Women's clothing are not women's fault. I've said this 100 times. If I wear an extra large shirt, a man, I don't care what size. I go buy an extra large. I know it's going to fit.
Right.
And a women's size, an extra large could be a 0, could be a 16. You never a women's they've you've got to try on women's clothes. Each manufacturer has, it's like they put on these big thick goggles and make their own sizing chart. It's not it. There should be a standardization of sizes across women's clothing. It would make life so easy.
Wait a minute. Let's see. I have a guy griping me at me about the color of a Carhartt jacket. Well, then you ought to tell him to.
Man up and just wear the damn
That's
jacket.
right. It's a Carhartt jacket. You know,
Yeah,
nobody cares what color it is. All they're looking at, oh, it's a Carhartt.
yeah it's. I mean, because women's clothes. I mean, it is amazing the difference of sizes, and it's
You know,
Johnny will order something and she'll go. They said this was an extra large, and she'll go. It won't fit on Franklin, for God's sakes.
well, that's what and as far as guys go, I might wear an extra large shirt, but it fits snug across the stomach because of my gut, and it's maybe a little bit baggy on the, which I don't wear an extra large. I wear like 3X's, but
I bet it fits better than my shoes.
yeah, it does.
Oh my God, y'all, Todd, I was thinking about you last night when I was listening to DVDs. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you, I mean, I got 100%. I got 100% know you're ready because you can't imagine how much fun this is supposed to be. I laughed last night. I laughed. Dave was on the phone with me about midnight, and I'm like, I'm listening to Todd. He's like, how the hell you listen to Todd? The reef.
Reef.
I didn't know that you and your shoes were fish.
When's Harmon?
That's not right.
And then April,
When is Harlan and them supposed to be back?
they were staying for like 8 days. I think they're coming back Saturday. They left. They got there Saturday, and I think they're because he's got Van Massey Monday, so I know Sunday at the latest.
Right.
Because I don't think he double dropped. John will let us do that. The guy who runs it, he'll if you put it in boxes, he'll put it out on your tables for you.
Oh,
But
Van
I
Ma-
think, well, Van Massey. But I think Saturday they were 8 days. It's Saturday to Saturday. That's 8 days, right?
yeah. How's your Van Massey stuff doing?
Okay, so here's where we are with Van Massey. I've just been putting a lot of just covering tables and not thinking about it. If I take my time and put stuff up there, I get better results. Imagine that. If you do something and focus on it, you get. And so if we're not going to do a lot of whatnot auctions anymore because the time issue, man, shipping on some of that stuff is killer for me and my time. I'm like, how do I get my time back? Give Joni one of the 8 foot tables. I've got 3 of them. I'm like, all right, every 2 weeks, your stuff goes on one whole table. And then we'll watch it in. And so I figured I would make videos about it, comparing to see how they do, to show y'all her table and what sells. I'll show you the rest of mine too. But they've got thousands of unique visitors every week because they've been doing this online for
Right.
10 years now. They started out as high bid when high bid was starting, and then they use a site called Bid Wrangler, but you can't tell the difference. They operate the same. It's just cheaper for them.
Right.
They got remember when high bid went down and because they lost the control of their software,
Right.
they got hijacked. Yeah, they end up leaving after that because that really cost them 2 weeks of auction. That cost them a lot of money.
Does Bid Wrangler have like a list of users or anything like that on it?
No, it does not.
Because I was just wondering if there was any people around this area that were doing that kind of thing.
Lax that he double dropped this morning. That's interesting. But it's so we are going to focus on that, and so because I don't want because I still she really likes going with me, and we have a good time when we're out and about. We'll probably go tomorrow or Saturday at the latest at yard sales. But so that's what I'm saying. You need to feel so. I like one of them is smaller. It's like an old desk. I told her that if we don't have as much of your stuff one week, the stuff if we don't find that kind of things, we'll put your stuff in the middle on the smaller. But she's got all her Pyrex here now, and she's gonna run some Pyrex. So she gets way better numbers. Her Pyrex goes for better money up there.
Right.
Even though the fees are less, and they pay shipping for whatnot. What it costs me to, by the time I've bubble wrapped it and we've had to pay extra on shipping to cover from, the 30% Van Massey takes becomes worth it very quickly because I use a Word Pages, the Apple word processor, to make little tags and stick in front of it, tell people what it is. So, like for Pyrex, it'll tell them what number the bowl is, what pattern it is, just to help because the pictures aren't always the greatest. But they'll take a picture of the tag. We were using index cards, but my writing is so bad. I write like a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old drunk on apple juice is what I write like.
Can you write curly Q? Cursive?
I can write cursive. It gets worse. Yeah, no shipping breakables. I'll chat. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Kevin, it's up to it. You can set that in each auction. You can set whether the buyer pays or you can do free shipping. So Whatnot gives you 5 oopsies a week. If you're within a couple pounds of, if your estimate is within a couple pounds, they will give you 5 changes without charging you. But after the 5th one, so say you've got a 5-pound box that now weighs 8 pounds, and it doesn't fit in a flat rate shipping, which they would have adjusted for free. You will pay the difference from the 5 pounds to the 8 pounds from Priority to Ground Advantage. So sometimes it's only a few dollars, but there's been others that are. I've had people that I've had to ship monster boxes to because they, like Brian, my buddy Brian up in Pennsylvania. He bought a lot of stuff I was selling.
Is that like softball girl's dad or something like that?
Cheerleader dad.
Cheerleader dad. That's it. He buys a lot. He was buying a lot of stuff from you.
But I was having to ship that in like 18 by 18 by 16 boxes. So it'd be $8 or $10 or $12 adjustments.
On Whatnot for a second before we wrap this up for today, because I know Todd's got to go get his bath and get shaved and get prettied up for his girlfriends at the Lutheran store.
Just remember the reefs.
Yeah. Now that you did Whatnot for a while, is it something that you?
I think it's very viable, and it has a. The problem for me, Tom, was the time with the shipping on that kind of item. I think, like for certain items, if you're willing to build an audience and have got items, if I was getting the same number Jennifer was getting, I'd be all Whatnot. It's insane that what people pay her little blonde self for shit. It's incredible. She does a wonderful job with it, and it makes sense for her to keep plowing through it. But when you're getting, when you're not making as much money, if you're trying to transition, it's very difficult to switch from one platform to another. And I sat back and evaluate. Well, what if I get my monies back from? At eBay, if I've got a lot of ship, I'll just ship Sunday night to catch up. You know what I mean? You just, not everybody has a Van Massey auction. I'm like, so look at the time Van Massey takes on a Monday morning from 5:30 to 8:30. Those 3 hours are time that I wouldn't be doing anything else anyway, but probably sleeping or talking to y'all. So I'm not losing prime shipping time. I'm not, it's very easy. Built-in audience. I'm not having to build it. So you have to evaluate everything through a lens. I think Whatnot's very viable. I think it's a great platform. I think it's here
You
to stay.
it seems
Uh,
like you have to have a good following where you can get and you can list higher value
but you've got about
products because if it's taking you 4 hours to ship a bunch of stuff that people paid a couple of $3, $4, $5 for, that's not a very good return on your investment. Time you figure up your setting up the show, getting all your items together, it takes a lot of time for that.
so ping. I just put in eBay 16 megapixel document camera, and it does show up. Here's one here for 49 plus 6 shipping. It says it's a 4K 16 megapixel ultra high definition adjustable webcam. I know Josh has got one. I'll get the name of his today. I'll let you know tomorrow tomorrow night what the name of his is. Um, but if you put 16 MP in the title, it still shows a lot of 8s and 9s and 13s, but it'll show a few 16s. I'm telling you, the easiest way to do it. If I had a 3D thing to hold a camera, if you had a Samsung like an S22, they're like $300. It comes with the pen, and the pen triggers the camera. And so instead of even needing a keyboard, you could just put it under there and hold that pen in your hand and just click it every time you want to take a picture. I'm telling you, that one. She did a search. Yeah, I saw there was only like 4 or 5 ping. There weren't many, but it shows up. But I'll get Josh to tell me what brand his is. He's got a certain brand.
Alrighty, I need to go. Todd's got to go.
Are you ever gonna get rid of that cough?
I don't know. My son's still got one, and he's had it now for like 3 weeks.
I saw a video the other day of people like, do you have the cold that's lasted a month this summer? There are a lot of people complaining that they caught a cold this summer that's lasted a full month.
Yeah, it's been bad. All right. Like says they make USB remotes for cameras. Y'all have a great day.
I don't think
Hopefully
any
you
of
learned a little something.
my camera. No, so hey Beth, thank you so much for your opinions. It is very very interesting to see what their experience versus another experience.
Who said? Oh, Jabus. No, I did a test for the vid, and I didn't get.
So
I don't have that.
Primo's going to tell you which camera he's been using. Give Primo just a second to stick it. Come on, Primo, hurry up.
Hurry up, Primo.
We got time for this, Primo. Come on.
You don't throw up a link. Yeah, but cable remotes lag. That is so 1967.
So I wonder if they make a remote for this camera because this is what I've been using. I like this camera. I've switched back to that's one thing is you evaluate your procedures as I'm listing. If listing
Okay, hang on a minute.
media is much, you put a link up
I've got to go and give him rights.
because I am much faster with the camera and letting the camera take pictures than I am with the phone.
Try
Hey.
it now, Primo. Sorry,
You got to turn Primo blue.
I did. I just turned him blue.
Oh,
Primo,
I got an
I would-
offer.
I would have made you a mod either, Primo. It's terrible.
Well, I don't know. Has he ever been into my little piddly show before?
He definitely watches. He never comments.
Okay.
He's from Vermont. You know they're snobby in Vermont.
Oh, Vermont. There it is. Hey, my guess that the opinions of my guests are not necessarily the opinions of the host. Okay.
Man, James and Bridget are great people. I wouldn't mess with them if I didn't like them.
Oh, that's cool.
See, even Primo says it. See,
What did he say? I'm sorry. I got to get back.
he agreed with me. So there you go.
Okay.
So U.S. document camera, $80. That's the one he's been using.
What would you use that for?
Connected to your computer, so you don't have to move because it sits in place, and whenever you're if you're listening DVDs, it'd just be this.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'll give you one thing to think about. The one thing I thought about is setting up a picture area and like making an outline. So say like putting like tape or some mark down that show like the size of a DVD, the CD, a book, and make
Right.
it where you can land it in that same spot every single time. So you never have to touch the camera setup. You're just landing in the same spot, so you get the same picture every time, based without having to move it around because you know it's centered up. Because I'd Velcro the damn camera to the table or to wherever I was doing it, make the lighting right, and never move it, and then land every item in the same spot. You'd have results that you can repeat over and over very quickly. That's
Okay.
what I would.
So you can basically take pictures of anything with it, just not documents.
No, yeah. It's just basically a still camera making it where you're taking a picture of whatever's underneath it.
Yeah. Cool beans. Thank you, Primo. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. Y'all have a great day. Todd,
Yep.
don't come back smelling like channel number 5 now. Gwen's not going to like that.
Which channel?
Chanel number 5. You know, don't be smooching on them girls now. Don't come back with lipstick on you.
No, I don't mean hook and loop. I mean Velcro because I've got Velcro, the name brand Velcro in the cabinet. The heck with them. If they want me to use their product, I should be able to say the name. I'm not selling it for God's sake. It's
Yeah.
actually true Velcro.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Todd. Thank you all for joining us today.
All right,
Thanks for all the good conversation.
No, a wonderful conversation. Of the list of your shows that are informative, this is a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
All righty.
that
Have a
makes,
great one.
that makes 3 out of 300.
That's right.
Yay.
Yeah. Winning. All right. Bye.